I went through a kind of a rough phase in the school, and I remember having my peer mentees, and when they were in year 12, year 13, sending off uni applications, they were telling me about how successful they were, and how they got offers from Cambridge and economics and so on and so on. And I thought, why bother why be bad and have a negative effect in the school when you can achieve such great things. And obviously these people had been trusted to enroll in the peer mentoring program and trusted such a high responsibility, and I thought to myself, look where they are. So I thought, maybe one day I wanna inspire someone younger like they did to me, basically.
Something going on.
Yeah, I think that's a problem with. I think he's self-conscious about other people's perceptions of him, because he doesn't really fit in socially with other people.
When I was going through lower school education, I had lots of problems. I felt isolated and victimised. But I found mentors not within school, but with out-of-school figures which I looked up to. So I wanted to be a peer mentor so that someone could look up to me and they could see that I could relate to their problems. And that
A few weeks ago, just before Christmas, he got suspended, but I think he's moving past that now. I think it was just one silly mistake he made and not owning up to what he did.
I always found that stressing the idea of doing the homework the night it's set, because organisation seems to lead to a lot of bad notes, and then that leads into behaviour. That leads into getting into arguments with teachers. That leads into complaining. Teacher obviously sees the child as someone who isn't going to hand in their homework on time. Automatically, he becomes a child in the class who is likely to do that in the future and likely to misbehave and stuff like that.
Also, I think he spends too much time on extracurricular activities.
If you just sort of let them understand, you ask them what they want to be when they're older, they'll tell you something, and then you break that down into smaller little dreams and targets.
That's true.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. And then once they realise themselves, it's not just you telling them that, okay, if I want to be an architect, then I need to do well in art. So for me to do well in art, I need to work harder in this. Once they realise that, they might start doing better.
He's either been in trouble with a teacher or something. He's forgotten his homework and his violin.
It's quite good to kind of build up this kind of bond of trust between the student, and you find that you actually kind of end up helping a lot more than you think.
I expected it to be easier than it was. I didn't expect to take personal responsibility when he does stuff wrong, but even the head of years will come talk to you whether they're doing something wrong. So obviously you have to take responsibility, and you have to be aware of their progress and be conscious of their progress and actively do stuff. You can't just leave it on the back burner and just say, yeah, I'm his peer mentor, I'll wave at him when I see him.
It kind of, being a team, you feel like there's always someone to help you with your problems. As if you're helping other people with their problems, and you can always ask people for help. Like, for instance, if one of us has a problem that they can't think of an answer to or solution, then they can ask someone else. Maybe they've gone through the same problem with their peer mentee.
Well, at first I think he kind of considered me more of a teacher sort of thing, so he kind of considered peer mentoring as a bad thing.
But it's one of those things where they look up to you, but you have to make sure they're looking up to you for the right thing, so it puts pressure on me to behave as well.
Well, hopefully. I like to think that he looks up to me like I looked up to them, and thinking to himself, well, I want to be a peer mentor.
I thought that I wouldn't make as much of a difference as I actually am, because he's changed quite a lot since the beginning of the year. So he's a bit of a troublemaker at the beginning, but now his attitude's become a lot better.
Give something back to the school community and use my experience to pass it on to the lowest school students, help them through their difficulties and just generally make a difference.
A sense of achievement is the biggest thing. Just when he tells you that he hasn't got any bad notes, or telling you that he hasn't got in trouble, or telling you that that he's just tried something new, then that is the best. Just knowing that you've helped someone, basically, knowing that that you've basically just pushed them in the right direction and helped them through their journey.